we are finally doing my 2022 album rankings. I am genuinely excited to talk about this, honestly, because this is a video that I've been wanting to do since the beginning of this year, but it's just been so long that I kind of scrapped the idea. But then I was like, wait a minute, why not do it for the December marathon? So we're here literally almost halfway through the December marathon, and so far it's doing so good, and I am so thankful for you guys. Honestly, thank you guys so much for the support. Today, I know you guys are here for the 2022 album reactions. So to give you guys an idea, these are the albums that I reacted to last year. I reacted to Un Verano Sin Ti. That video actually is not public, just because they kind of like took it down. They like blocked it for some weird reason. I have no idea why. I reacted to I Don't Mean to Haunt You by Quedeca, Disconnected by Sick World, Living Memory by blackbear, Final Days by Logic, If You Don't Like the Story, Write Your Own by Way Lori, Sky's Red by Crypt and Joey Nato, and Come Home, The Kids Miss You by Jack Harlow. But before I do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button. I am trying to get to at least 1,300 subscribers before the end of the year. I know it's a little bit far-fetched, but I want to at least try to get to that goal before the end of the year, and we're only like 62 subscribers away, so it'll really mean a lot if you guys can help me reach that goal. Anywho, let's get straight into it. So I tried to do it in order of how I reacted to it. So the first one I did was Un Verano Sin Ti by Bad Bunny. For that album, I gave it a 8.5 out of 10. The reason why I gave it this ranking is because I really enjoyed the album. It's definitely a replayable album, honestly. There's a lot of songs, and honestly, there's some songs that actually grew on me in the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure I most likely put every single song on my playlist besides probably like 2 or 3 songs. But other than that, I thought it was a very good album, honestly, and like it was a really good album. Next album I reacted to was I Don't Mean to Haunt You by Quedeca. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's 2 albums in this ranking that I was very like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to rank them. And honestly, one of them was this album, and I gave this album also a 8.5 out of 10. I really like this album, honestly. It's so beautiful. This I think definitely one of the best albums of 2022 that I've heard personally, and it's just so good. Like the art wise and everything, it was just so beautiful, you know. I really liked it. I think my only issue that I had with this album was that it's kind of hard to be replayable, honestly. I only listened to Knots, honestly, because I feel like that's the only replayable song in that album in a way. But it's very hard, honestly, and it's hard to like really get into it because I feel like it's just one of those albums where you can't just listen to just one song, you know. You have to like literally listen to the whole album to just admire its like sound, if that makes sense. And that's how I truly felt about this album, honestly. It's really good. I really liked it, honestly. Like, again, it was just so hard to like think of this one or the other album. Alright, so for Disconnected by Sick World, I gave that album a 7.5 out of 10. I really like the album, honestly. Sick World has done, like, he's amazing, honestly, what he does, honestly, and I really like it. I feel like when it came to the album, though, it did feel, like, not necessarily repetitive, but it did feel, like, kind of a little bit stagnant in a way, but it was still, all the songs were still enjoyable, honestly. I think there was just, like, one song that I was kind of, like, iffy about, but I still really liked. Alright, the next album is In Loving Memory by blackbear. I gave this album an 8 out of 10. I still jam to some of the songs nowadays, man. Like, I know it's Dead Inside, Fuck You, I Love You, and there's this other one, I can't get the name on top of my head, but I know those 2 songs have been in my freaking playlist, honestly, and I've been replaying the crap out of those songs, honestly. Those songs are so good, and like, I just like the album because it definitely gives like a lot of vibes from, I think it's called Everything Means Nothing, and in that album I enjoyed it. I remember like at work when I was in Market Basket, I would like sing the whole album because I recognized everything, honestly, and it gave me a lot of that energy, but of course like in a new, different type of style. Alright, the next one is Final Days by Logic. I gave this album a 7 out of 10. Honestly, I did like the album. I just felt like it was definitely very different from Logic, and honestly, good for him, honestly. He's like stepping out of his foot, stepping out of his comfort. I'm pretty sure that was like his last record actually for Def Jam, so it definitely was something, and it was like, I feel like it was definitely a good album to departure, if that makes sense, because like it shows like what he's planning to do with like the future of his career, you know, but also like leaving his footprints behind, if that makes sense. So it definitely was like a good album to like kind of say adios to Def Jam. But for me personally, like, there's like barely any songs for me that I kind of go back to, you know. I do have some songs on my playlist, but occasionally I would skip them, not to diss him or anything like that, but that's because like they're really good, but sometimes like it's just kind of very old style for me in a way, you know, and like I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of just like into this like new type of style, honestly, a little bit. That's why sometimes I kind of just skip it, but at the same time I like be in the mood for it, you know. I would be like, you know what, just let's run it. This is the other album I was talking about, the one that I struggled with. If you don't like the story, then write your own, by Wait Laurie. I gave this album a 9 out of 10. This has to be my favorite album of 2022, honestly, and it's ahead of I Don't Mean to Haunt You by Quedeca. Man, I was so like, because Quedeca's my favorite artist, don't get me wrong, man, and Wait Laurie is too. But when it came to those two albums, honestly, I really like this one because, one, all of the songs are replayable. Two, I literally added every single song in my playlist. Every single song, and it was just like, what the heck, man? So it definitely was like my favorite album, honestly. And I reacted it to around the time when I was heading to Guatemala, and when I went to Guatemala, I was replaying that like in the airplane. I was just I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but like it was generally so replayable. I really liked every single song, man. There's a few songs too that I was kind of like I liked it, you know, but I didn't fully embrace it until like later on, if that makes sense. So it was like, yo, like every single one of these songs go ham, and honestly, I really love that album, man. That had to be my favorite album of 2022, man. The next one is The Sky's Red by Crypt and Joey Nato. This is my lowest scoring ranking, by the way, and it's a 5.5. I did not like the album. Honestly, I really didn't. When I did these rankings, actually, because I didn't say it in the video, I was judging it by the video that I've uploaded, you know? So I took a rewatch, honestly, to kind of re-listen to the songs, you know? I didn't really like it. I think there was like one song that I said I kind of enjoyed it, but listening to it again, I was like, nah. I don't know why I said that I liked it. I didn't really like that album. I really didn't, honestly, you know? But I still stand by saying that Joey's raspiness, honestly, when it comes to his voice, his like ignorant type of shit, definitely would sound so good with Crypt, honestly. And I feel like that they need to like work with that, honestly, because like I feel like if they ever do a collab again, I don't think they did, honestly. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on that, because honestly I've kind of been out of the Crypt and Joey Nato type of scene, honestly. If they do something like that again, you know, like I definitely suggest that they do something with Joey's raspiness and just Joey's voice when it comes to ignorancy. Honestly, oh man, that would be perfect. I would enjoy that song. I would slap it. Alright, last album is Come Home, The Kids Miss You by Jack Harlow. This album, honestly, I was kind of about, honestly. Like, it was like, this is my like second to lowest ranking. It's a 6 out of 10. I liked it better than The Sky's Red. I did. But when it came to this album, I liked it, but the thing is, like, I think it was just my expectations for the album. I was kind of expecting a little bit more, you know? Just because, like, I really liked the beat selections in a way, but they felt stagnant. Throughout the whole album, it just felt so stagnant, and it didn't really bring any oomph to the album, if that makes sense, you know? I really like it, though, because if you look at a deeper meaning, it's like, this is where you kind of came from, in a way, you know? Like, Jack Harlow kind of, like these old school type of beats, you know? It's like, Come Home, The Kids Miss You type of shit. I don't know if you guys get the groove that I'm on. The deeper meaning, it sounds good, but like I feel like when it came to like replayable wise and just kind of like album wise, it felt stagnant. It really did feel stagnant. Kind of was there, you know, like in a smooth little do type of thing, but like then it just kind of got repetitive also. Yeah, that is all of my rankings for the albums that I reacted to in 2022. Definitely was so hard to rank Wait Laurie after Quedeca, honestly. And like, don't get me wrong, both of them are great artists. They're top, like, for me personally, I think they're like top 5 for me. But the reason why I was just so hard is because I enjoy both of the albums, honestly. Like Quedeca's album was like more of the art type of way, you know? When it comes to this, you know, when it comes to like build like this whole story, you know, and this whole like art type of genre in a way, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, the Wait Laurie album the art was beautiful there too, but like when it came to art in a way, Quedeca's album #1 easily. When it comes to being replayable in a way and just kind of not necessary, because Quedeca's album wasn't stagnant, it was just more like you could see the build up, like it started building up a little bit more towards it sounded the same, but it's built up, if that makes sense, you know. So it has different type of beats in a way for each song. But for this one, like the fact that like there's like different beats and it still has a story to it, you know, I feel like it comes to weight lower with that. And that's why it was just so hard to rank both of them. But yeah, that is my 2022 album rankings video. If you guys did enjoy this video and are excited for my 2023 one, make sure you comment down below and also hit that like button, because to be honest, man, the 2023 one is gonna be freaking amp, honestly, man. I'm excited, I really am. If you guys did enjoy the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace out, you guys too. Enjoy, good day, make every day an awesome day. Everyone stay positive, be positive. You guys already know to have a positive mindset. Peace.